Good morning and happy Thursday. Cassandra Rodriguez here with Kickstart Your Life. Again, I'm driving. I have found that with a busy life, sometimes this is the only time I can make a video. But I'm really making a concerted effort to not let more than 7 to 10 days pass by between videos. So since I do have a daily commute again, I think it's actually going to be more doable. But anyway, I'm digressing from the point and purpose of this video this morning. The point is, I know a lot of people who will ask me, how do you stay so positive? Why are you always so chipper? Life kind of sucks sometimes. Or some people say life sucks all the time. And, here's the way I do it. I mean, there are many ways, but one of the main things is, I always tell myself, at least you have 2 arms and 2 legs. What does that mean? I'm not trying to, by any means, be insensitive to anyone who doesn't have 2 arms and 2 legs. That's not the point of me saying this to myself. The point is that no matter how bad my day is, no matter how bad my week is, no matter how bad my life is, there is at least one person out there who has it worse. And let me tell you, if I were missing an arm, I'd have it worse. If I were missing a leg, I'd have it worse. The things that you have to deal with on a daily basis when you don't have all your limbs are just unfathomable to people like us who have all of our limbs, or people like me, I should say. But the thing is, it takes those things sometimes to make you realize how fortunate you really are. So we don't have to learn, how to walk with 1 leg, or we don't have to try to get insurance to pay for a prosthetic. We don't have to learn to write with our left hand when we've always written with our right hand. And once someone told me, Cassandra, that's ridiculous. What are the chances that anyone's going to lose a leg or an arm in a day? And to that I said, do you think any person born with 2 arms and 2 legs woke up the day they lost one of their limbs knowing that they were going to lose a limb that day? No. And it's life altering. So while this is an extreme example of how life could be worse, it's one of the things that I have just always had as a litany in my head. Well, Cassandra, you could have 1 arm. Well, Cassandra, at least you have 2 legs. And so to people who challenge me on being positive and ask me how I do it, that's how I do it. Little things like that. And if you want to say it's ridiculous, well, that's, kind of on you. Because if you're looking to change your tone and be a more positive person and have an attitude of gratitude, then you have to be disciplined with yourself. You have to shut down the negativity in your mind. And if it takes saying something like, well, at least I'm not starving in a third world country to do it, then that's what you do, right? Because I promise you, no matter how bad you have it, there is someone who has it worse. In fact, there are probably thousands, if not at least 1 million people who have it worse. We live in America. Our worst days are better than other people's best days. Our country is not war-torn. We have food on the table. Our homeless have shelters they could go to. I'm not saying their life is easy or anything, but we have more ability here to have a at least passable life, at the very least, than any other country. So with all that being said, if you're having trouble reminding yourself that it could be worse, right? Let's forget the word positive for a minute. Remind yourself it could be worse. It could be worse. How could it be worse? You could have only 1 leg. You could have only 1 arm. Again, you could have only 1 eye. Just remember, these are the things that people like me remind ourselves of on a daily basis, and sometimes multiple times throughout the day. So you want to know how to be more positive and remember that you could have it worse? Right there. Hopefully this helps at least 1 person in the world somewhere. And if it doesn't, now you have some insight into how I do stay positive and how I do have a better track record of staying grateful for the little things than most people. But anyone can do it if you want to. You have to retrain your brain to focus on those things you have, not those things you do not have. Or inversely, those things you do not have and be grateful that you do not have them. Make sense? Anyway, happy Thursday again. I hope you all have a wonderful day. And as we head into the weekend, stay safe. Kickstart your life.